everyone, and welcome back to the Great War. So we've got, even though we threw out the British last time around, we do have quite a serious problem with the French army, which has bypassed our lines due to my negligence, and now finds itself either possible to claim loads of unprotected land, or maybe to destroy my front over here with a combined attack with the Belgians. Not entirely sure what the AI tends to do. I'm hoping the AI is as stupid as usual and it just goes ahead and does something nonsensical. I do have my army up here, but it consists entirely of infantry. But that's probably the best shot I have to send this forwards and to break the French army up here. On the Russian front, the Russian army has actually turned up when we've got 3 stacks. This turned up against our general, Ernst Heinrich Adolf von Plüffen. And hopefully I can beat those down and continue my victorious ways against the Russians. But right now we're covering a very large area, and it's going to be hard to move forward from here. Yeah. Let's go ahead and end turn. We also had my idea with the Swedes, but my idea with the Swedes is really only going to work once I am able to declare war on Denmark. Otherwise, I don't think the Danes will side with me. I mean, the Swedes will side with me. So I will have to declare war on Denmark to do such a thing. So sniping tactics have been developed. A sniper is a highly trained marksman who maintains close visual contact with the enemy and engages target from concealed positions without being detected. Right, recruitment. We've got a bunker and another unit built in Brandenburg, Berlin. So this army is ready to march out, and hopefully this can hold for 4 turns. Not entirely sure why the French do not go ahead and attack it directly. But it's good that they sort of hold off there, because that will give me time. Can I buy a general? I don't think, no, I don't have enough money for that. We'll move from town to town, and we'll move into this that we didn't reach there, but we should be able to reach the French within the next turn. Same time, we've got a similar situation happening over with the Russians, where the Russians are bypassing my army in Minsk. We cannot allow this to happen, and we will have to abandon Minsk to retreat and destroy this Russian army under Mikhail Semonovich Vonotrostov, something like that. Probably not, but close enough, I'd say. And these guys actually got light howitzers. They got more than us, even. So this is gonna be quite a fair fight. Let's go ahead and save. I'm gonna save over this, and just in case it crashes. Right now, the German Empire is in quite the trouble. I need to continuously win every battle. There's no, well, I can lose, but I will be pushed back very much, and I'm already lacking in funds. The British have shown the capability of landing troops on my shore. I do not have the money to spend on building a navy, so everything is not that well. I'll spread them out a bit. We'll have one over there. We'll have one over there. Then we will set up a defensive position in which I will be able to fall back on, or in this case I think I will start defending here because of the strength of the Russian army. We're gonna have to rely on the increased capabilities, or the fact that my cannons have veterancy on shooting on people. While the Russian guns have not. Right, there we go. And General, just to keep you safe, you will sit in the forest for now. And let's start. I believe the cannons will start to fire on the enemy artillery, as they always do in Total Wars. So hopefully... No, they did not directly go ahead and target the artillery. Gonna target the middle one. These two might come under fire by the enemy. They will form spread out formations in the forest and prepare to receive artillery fire. The general will move further back to try to avoid getting shot. Yeah, they're targeting our artillery, it seems. And we're gonna have this one spreading out over here. This one will take full control of the flank. We'll have 3 on the main line, and then you will take the side over there. We've lost quite a few people in our artillery already. How are we doing on this side? They have lost quite a bit as well, but they of course have a lot more artillery pieces. They've got 4 more. So we do not like what's going on right now. I think I can have my general, given the rough location of the hits, I think I can have him back here, because I can see them sort of, this artillery piece sort of getting worried. We've got some light horse hussars out there. I'm just gonna go out there and shoot that unit, get rid of that one. We'll support them by having the general close by to support them, to give them the moral support they need to keep holding that position. At the same time, we're pushing out this infantry unit to open fire on these light hussars that are moving up way too close to our line, and this forces them to charge, and they're getting cut down. Let's make sure that we do not suffer too many friendly fires. We've suffered 5 people get shot down by our own, but we struck down that cavalry unit. The more cavalry units of the Russians we are able to kill off, the easier it will be to move into attack formation and actually attack the Russian army. They're coming on strong now, which I like. We have actually taken out 1 gun there. It looks as though we've... This one... they're moving their artillery, or at least one of them is trying to move. We've taken out 1 artillery piece. And they cannot move that one. So right now, in terms of artillery, it looks as though we might be on the up and up. A lot of fire coming in here. We of course pretty safe behind our walls. I'm gonna push this one up a bit if I can. No, they do not want to push up. It seems as though some of the Czechoslovak or the Polish might have a bit longer range. Same for what's going on here in the forest. This unit is getting... Yeah, it's the Czechoslovak Legion that is able to fire at us at a longer range. So we're not able to fire back. Same with over here. So the Czechoslovakian Legion is right now killing these units. They'll move into spread out formation and fall back. And we'll throw this one into the attack. We're hoping to drag these ones forwards and then return to our positions up at the walls.
We have killed their general, sir. Now
Ooh, a lucky shot has killed the enemy general, which will clearly turn the battle around. Last battle there was a silly Swede that thought it was very unsportsmanlike of me to shoot that British general. Was it British general or was it French general? I've shot a general. He did not like it, but that's what happens in war, especially when you are on the brink of defeat. Now it looks as though we've sent the Russians back, and that lucky shot on the general have forced the Russians into retreat, more or less. But I want to make sure that all troops on the front are dealt with. Here comes the general, the remaining units of the general. The Russians have been defeated. We lost a lot of men and it was a close fight, but now we can push on the advance. Another battery gives way. So the steadfastness of the German army is leading to victory right now. We haven't lost a single gun, but we've lost horses and men manning the guns. And we are now proceeding to leave our fortified position to go into the attack. We still have the Czechoslovak Legion, which are able to fire at longer range, and the Russians are now moving into the forest. The artillery is gone. Hold your fire, artillery, and then find target at your own accord. These will move into the flank. We already got some fire going down there from a conscript regiment. Let's get ourselves in a bit more orderly fashion and run into position. The Russians don't seem to be much aware of these two forming up. This one needs to move up because it's in slight of a dent down there, so it's going to move up a bit closer. This one will also move up. The Russians do not fire at that direction. They're focusing on the front. The artillery is focusing on here. I think we're going to go ahead and give them a target. Here in the middle of the forest, there's a lot of units moving around here. The Russians might go for a bayonet attack. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing at this point. But clearly here on my right flank, victory seems pretty certain. We're able to put down a load of fire as the Russian units just move up. Confusion with the general lost might be what's causing this. On the left, it's not so certain, and there's where I have my rifle battalions that have lost the most men. But as I... oh, there's some units up back there with the artillery. They might reset them up, so I'm going to send this one quickly up to take position there. You can see that the Russians here on the right are completely routing and Same for this side now when the artillery starts to go in. The fact that they've lost the general has just pushed the Russians completely into disarray. We still have this one holding on strong, the 13th conscript unit. They're holding on strong for Mother Russia. But it's all ogre now, as they say. The Russian army is defeated. Or at least this one is. Soon this conscript unit will fall as well. The problem here, however, is that we're not able to destroy these units. They will come back after this battle. Which is something you would have liked to avoid. Hopefully the enemy still sustain quite heavy casualties. But it's hard to tell. Just the extent, because I can see a lot of men running here. There's hundreds of men running through here right now. This is probably the strongest threat, if it even is can be called a threat, but that one is the one we're going to target. The 13th conscript unit is now broken as well, leaving only 2 units, 1 artillery crew, and this here 8th regiment moving through the forest. I don't think they even know where the shots are coming from. Plus the artillery will confuse them, and they're broken. But now a load of other regiments return. But I don't think they will stand for long either, as our as we lie already in wait for them. And just seeing their comrades die and stray fire cutting into them, yeah, they regrouped for a bit, but it was a very short regrouping, and the Russians are forced to retreat. Ooh, that was a nice hit in among all of it. The 20th regiment is moving up, and that's the last unit, and at this rate it will get completely murdered, given the fact that it moved so close without returning fire or anything. We're gonna let this fire for a bit, because I want to make sure that as few Russians as possible come back to fight us again. Quite a lot of these have still maybe only lost 100 men. I think that's enough. We don't need to whittle that down anymore. We got a decisive victory, but I want to see the results, the numbers of this battle, because we have to fight this 2 more times. So we lost 500 men, so 1/4 of our army. The enemy, however, lost 2/3, with losing 2,000 men out of 3,400. The thing, oh, we even got a the Battle of Belarus, but as you can see, we got more of these. Lucky for me, I think we stomped the army that had artillery, and we get a good resupply rate in this region. So That's good as well. We might need more units up there. But I'm not sure. I'm not making much money, and I want to save it for... I'm not sure what I want to save it for, but I'm pretty sure I want to save it for something. We only make 300 per turn at this point. So yeah, I think we're gonna save that money. Let's go ahead and end turn. Let's see, the French push forwards. Another small Russian force. They go ahead and... Nope, we're not gonna surrender that. They were trying to cut us off. Okay, they want us to... The remaining army that attacked us has gone ahead and attacked Vilnius, and it'll be quite a desperate defense because they've got artillery. I could hide in houses, but this is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna try to destroy as many units of them as possible. Probably I would like to have set up in houses, but now when I'm looking at the map, I can see that we have no houses at all. I'm going to have to hide in the forest, I think. Let's see. The enemy is going to come from this direction. And we're going to set up in the forest. What kind of armed citizenry do we have? These guys have rifles.
Damn this weather, sir! Wet powder
Really
makes
old
misfires
rifles,
a certainty.
it seems. It's a mixed bag of rifles in this one, and this one has the modern one, or the Gewehr. And then we have can these? No, they couldn't. And then we have the two Landwehr battalion. These guys will just be on the flanks. Or, wait, which one is the crappy one? This is the crappy one. It'll be out dragging the artillery fire. This one be sort of like a reserve to send forwards and do crap. Right, okay, so the enemy is not really coming from that direction at all. They're coming from over there and over there. Here comes the artillery. We will redeploy the Landwehr. It will make sure that this one is actually seen by the enemy. And we'll have this one in front. I'm hoping that the forest can cover our men. It's probably best to go into spread out formation. Is the enemy advancing at all? I don't think they are. It doesn't look like it. We might have to come to the enemy, otherwise they're just gonna shoot us down. Let's move to attack the flank of the enemy, which is set up here. They're pushing out some regiments to deal with us. Czechoslovakian Legion is opening up on the armed citizenry. Let's see if you can get at the conscript unit. Continue forwards. If I can take this position, maybe I'll able to flank these two. The armed citizenry is pushing through the forest, but they're about to break.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack!
You will move there, and the general will come through here. The armed citizenry have opened fire. So far we haven't killed a Russian. There we go, first Russian to die. Why was I not able to defend like a town or anything in this? Not sure why I ended up in the middle of nowhere. The my general
Our
just
men are
died.
running,
Okay,
sir.
so this is over. Right, so the enemy sort of cut my army off at this point. But I will still be able to resupply because the region is mine. 3 enemies were killed. They lost 5 men though, and we lost everything. Okay, the Russians are sending 2 over to Riga instead. Huh. Army destroyed. Workers on strike in Belarus. Landwehr in Latvia. Building constructed in Minsk, Belarus. Our army is closing in to save Kassel in Hessen or Darmstadt. We got a problem here. Lots of Russian coming in to deal with that. However, we got a pretty good situation here where we can beat the enemy. This situation right here is stabilizing. This army should be able to go ahead and defeat these ones here. We'll most likely lose this place, however. But I'm hoping we'll get a bigger support in this region. I could have those fall back, but I think this one is the bigger region. So instead, we'll push these 2 up to try to defend that. Hopefully I'll be able to hold out until this army arrives. This one will strike this place right here. This army will strike over here. And we've got to make sure that no one else slips through the front like the other one. Also, I think the horses might be a bit outdated for this, what I need for this region, so I might just go ahead and recruit some other troops. These guys have higher range. They've got 10 extra range, but they have lower accuracy by 10. But that extra range, when you can fire at the enemy, but the enemy cannot fire back at you, is probably quite useful. We also got the Schützentrupp. I don't know why it looks as though it's an African guy on it. But what's the difference in between these two? They cost the same, the upkeep is exactly the same. So Schützentrupp and Rifle Battalion, and there's just as many people in it, so I'm not entirely sure what's the difference here. Is there anything like... Nope. They are exactly the same, and they got the same description. I don't know what's the difference there really. There is none, clearly. The thing is, if I could declare war on Denmark, and Denmark wouldn't move on me, I might be able to get an alliance going with Sweden. Right now they do not like me because I've researched some technology, probably some propaganda or something, and some territorial expansion, which is my gains in Russia. Just lost one of our gains, but we'll see about regaining that. We're pretty good relationship with Switzerland, and they have a good relationship with the Austro-Hungarians. We also have with Holland or the Netherlands. We got good setup with them as well, but it looks like they've got everyone here, so maybe we can get them to attack Belgium. I don't know. I want to check the research and the technologies. We're doing Flame Troop and we're doing Women in the Workplace. What's this? Happiness. Oh, a lot of happiness and stuff. This could be good. Scrap drives, recruitment cost, open diplomacy, diplomatic relation, that could be good. Anarchism and legislation of union is just to enable other stuff. Self-determination, diplomatic relations, aerial reconnaissance require airplanes. Doctrine, indirect aerial combat, creeping barrage. Recruitment cost for artillery in all your region 10+, but also increase accuracy. Improved field artillery will give us field guns. That could be the next one. I should probably see about actually getting a training facility going somewhere. Military gun. I do have a training facility. What I need... then it is the technology that is lacking there. And then we can open up bigger and better things. Anti-armor tactics is the last one. And we've got some other stuff opened up here. We got early tanks. Good research, early tanks. Possibly could be quite good. But looking at the time here, I think we're gonna have to go ahead and end it. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!